The disappearance of soldiers from Fort Hood, well, it's nothing new. Soldiers who found they didn't fit in, or for some reason couldn't do the job, had deserted since the days of Rome. But in the last few years, they seem to pick up here in pace, with several not just disappearing, but turning up dead. The case of Vanessa Guillen wasn't just any case. It was the case that had the U.S. Army on the run.
She signed that contract with the Army to protect and serve the country. Yet look how they treated her. Like if it was she was nothing.
Families of missing soldiers told us they had become fed up with the Army's handling of their cases long before Vanessa Guillen disappeared from an armory on post. But the way the Guillen family took their story public, along with increased awareness of crimes targeting women, made for a perfect storm. Suddenly, the Army, an unapologetically stalwart organization, if there ever was one, suddenly started offering apologies.
I am really sorry.
When Guillen turned up dead, reportedly at the hands of another soldier, the Army lost credibility in the eyes of her family and many others, as questions about lax supervision started to circulate.
I'm markedly disappointed and saddened by that.
Suddenly, the Army brass realized the Guillen family had them on the defensive, territory unfamiliar to the world's strongest fighting force.
Where is Vanessa?
And the fracture in trust, not just with families, but with the soldiers themselves, threatened the Army's very core.
It takes a shot at the system and it rattles the system of the trust that you have to have in this profession because of just how hard it is and what we do around the world.
Because an Army cannot effectively operate if its soldiers act only in the name of self-preservation.
We rely on these units to protect our way of life.
The Army started taking a beating in public opinion. Its leaders fell back on the best defense they knew, a good offense.
What happened to Specialist Vanessa Guillen was absolutely horrible, and we're going to do everything we can to uncover everything that happened, identify the folks who were involved, and ensure that they're held accountable.
But the damage was done. The Army and Fort Hood, under a microscope and on a short leash from the Pentagon, had to adapt or die.
Vanessa Guillen did not deserve this.
Leaders on post here say change started immediately after Specialist Guillen's disappearance, but it looked like a drop in the bucket compared to the changes that would come ahead. A closer look at a new agenda from a new leader tonight on 25 News. On Fort Hood, Dennis Turner, 25 News.